Yes, we're back again with another video. Make sure you come in, you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified once I drop a video. Here we have a part two to a video that I did about 2 weeks ago. And I, since then, have had a few conversations with some of my guys, my people who had issues with, their chicks or chicks that they dealt with or dealing with. And I always say you must take in consideration your experiences are not your own. You must look at the overall picture of women that you deal with and see what is common. You line up 20 chicks, what's the common denominator? What is a few things they all have in common? That is what you're going to, or that is how you're going to gauge the investment needed to deal with them. I'll say that again. That is how you're going to gauge the investment in which you deal with them. Because if you have a classic car, let's take it to cars. You have a classic car, Monte Carlo SS, Aero Coupe, Chevelle 71. You have something classic versus, let's say, a 2008 Honda Accord. You may put a little bit more investment in the classic car because of the value in which it holds. It's more rare. You can walk outside, go here, you're going to run across a lot of Honda Accords. So you want to liken that to the type of women. So you see this woman, she has the same makeup. She has the same deceptive tactics, the same talking points, the same interests. That's going to indicate the culture in which she comes from. Also, is going to indicate a snapshot of her mindset. And what you'll get caught up in is trying to deliver her or elevate her into a space that's not toxic. How many times have we seen men lose their women to social media, technology, friends, whole trips? We've seen the playbook. We've seen the movie too many times to not know this is going to be a common thing if you do not recognize the common traits in which these particular women may display. You get it? There's a stereotype for a reason. There are archetypes for a reason. So when your chick is breaking bad, you don't pick up the cues. Number one being social media. I advise if you're dealing with a chick and you meet her on social media, you have to deal with it from that aspect in most cases. Not all, because we know there's exceptions, but in most cases, if she's on social media, look at what type of footprint is she leaving on social media? What is she talking about? What is her business on social media? And her business does not necessarily have to mean her business that she established. She may not be an entrepreneur. She may be a 9-to-5. She may have a career, but she's on social media for a reason, engaging in what type of conversations? What is she displaying? What is she attracting? She's posting pictures, provocative pictures, showing her shape. You know the spiel. It's highly likely that she's going to pique the interest of the opposite gender. In a lot of cases, some cases, the same gender, because women are now in an exploratory type of spirit. They just want to get there. They just want dopamine. That's why the vacations are up. They can't. You see, these women have these delusional talking points. I saw something about a man having his own house and cars and etc. What does a woman bring to that? Something to that effect. And I saw a woman post in the comments, well, most women have this, but if you look at the eviction rates or the numbers of eviction from last year or the last few years, women pretty much monopolize those numbers. So can two things be true on polar opposites? I don't know. But how do all women have this stability and houses and this, yet such eviction rates, debt, chaos, all this stability, yet black boys and girls still suffer on a majority scale? Majority are still born out of wedlock, unstable conditions. You have to make this make sense. But looking at this Keke Palmer situation with Usher and her baby daddy. And again, that's on you guys. When you put yourself in a position to be a baby daddy, you get baby daddy results. You have a man who more is a regular guy having a baby with an actress who is a fan of a superstar R&B singer. This is not more of an icon. This is Usher we're talking about. He came out in 1996, maybe 95. And is still reigning today, selling out shows in 2023. So how can you compete with that? Well, you can't compete where you don't compare. So there is no competition. Now you see that she's responded to that when it first took place. Now she's in the video taunting the baby daddy, because that first seed was already planted. You could just tell by the chemistry. Look at what she wore. You don't think it was a seed or a DM exchange? Wait, maybe not before the concert, but maybe a year, and she may have reached back out and say, hey, I'm coming to your concert. Because coincidentally, he knew where to be, to where she would be the main attraction of his show that night. You see how that works? So this is, again, the extensive version of Breaking Bad. Now she has to taunt you because how dare you try to bring me down to the level that I view you as. So now she needs more light, because they're going to go back and look at the whole concert. That's more views, more comments, more likes, more follows. Now she's in the video. And Usher is, again, he just being Usher. You can fault him by not having a code, but what code have we established that is respected? When you see men turn on each other at the drop of a dime over a bitch. Go to crash out because a woman said something, losing their lives and freedoms over a bitch. Weak men cannot have a code, but strong men can have values, and they can form their code and only put themselves in the environment to deal with men who align and acknowledge that that code exists. But it's in the food. It's in what she eats daily on social media. It's what she puts in her body for nourishment. She's eating Popeyes and Captain D's and what? Daily. Ribs and pork chops and all this type of shit. How can she truly be aware about putting this in her body, knowing what it will do? Or let's say she does it, but in moderation. Okay, we can do things in moderation, but she does the thing that offsets detoxing, working out, fasting, etc. Having a majority healthy diet. Okay, you want to cheat. Okay, we're human. We understand that. But you're talking about daily consumption of BS from the food. Then on the weekend, she has to drink like a fish, so she's dehydrated. Now she has to get the life fucked out of her to numb the pain. She needs that dopamine release, and the dopamine hits when she's fucked harder and harder. So she gets to a point, well, I call it pillow fucking. You try to fuck a pillow, it's not going to say anything. It's not going to respond. She gets numb to that point, and she doesn't understand this. It's kind of like chipping away at something. The more dick she has, the more is going to chip away at the barrier necessary for a healthy relationship to induce the oxytocin needed to pair bond. They don't believe pair bonding is a real thing. So when the pair bond is severed, Breaking Bad ensues. Men have entered the chat. There's another interest somewhere, and she's using her friends to facilitate fulfilling that interest. I'm going out with friends all of a sudden, or I'm going here, or I'm doing this, or I'm going to meet up with this person. Awkward times of the night, awkward days of the night, or I'm sorry, awkward days of the week. You know, things out of the ordinary. She has to have that interest and need fulfilled with another person, because there has to be some type of precaution in case it goes bad. because there's always this fear of it going totally left, and they get exposed for being the hoe that they truly are. Now, again, this should not anger you. This should just bring you awareness. If your chick is breaking bad, you have to pay attention to social media, the pictures, the friends, the interests, the daily activity, and who she's listening to.